Ah.
Do not say anything.
That's alliteration.
Yeah, that's alliteration.
It's like the cat wore a hat
The cat or a hat
on a map.
when the bat had him. Oh, yeah, okay.
The cat on the mat was happy and fat.
That's not it. That's actually not it.
Man, if only there was a professional in this building that could end this fight for us. Oh, wait, there is, and it's not me. So I'm going to teach math. So today, everything else can go away except for 717. You're going to want that out because you have some good information on your paper. Most of the front is not practice, right? Most of the front of this paper is our classwork. So you might want to grab a highlighter. If you don't have a pencil, you're always going to want a pencil. But like since you have a lot on your worksheet, you might want to have a highlighter out. So I'm trying not to start too quickly because I see some people are still clipping stuff in binders and like I want to make sure I give plenty of time. Hello to Noah and Sam. Sorry you guys are sick at home. We miss you. Everyone say hi Noah and Sam.
Hi. About Olivia.
Well, Olivia's not sick. Olivia's having a great time. She's at the World Cup. I'm not sorry for her.
She doesn't get any pity.
She doesn't get a shout out in the video, even though now she has had it.
Yeah, she just got one. Because Bryce coming up.
And now the whole world knows how cool she is because she's at the World Cup.
No, Bryce, what have you done? Bro, I won in the World Cup now that I think about it. So nice.
For what it's worth, USA, tomorrow's game determines if we move on or go home.
We're not.
We have to, no more ties. We have to win.
Yes.
We have to win to move on, to advance. All right. We tied with two different teams. Anyone want to read? So you don't have to listen to me any extra.
Yeah,
All right.
actually, Colin's I'm not going to do it on you. He was actually doing really good.
But Bradley's trying to volunteer you
I
for
did.
you.
Sorry. Call him right.
Okay.
Too bad.
Bradley, you want to read for us?
Perhaps you have heard this.
Hey Mason, we're moving on. We're reading.
Like, when I was growing up, it only cost a dime to go to the movies. The rate of which the prices increase over a period of time called inflation is one of the many things that mathematics can help you understand. In this lesson, you will be using diagrams and computations to calculate the way
You're not reading?
yeah, the way quantitative like the cost or height change. As you work today, keep the following question in mind. Is it increasing or decreasing? What is the change in form?
Sorry, there's one more I didn't scroll far enough.
By how much did it change?
Absolutely. So guys, for real, my grandma, when she passed away a few years ago now, rest in peace, but was 93.
Dang.
Really aged, I shouldn't say old, but like she'd been around for a while. When she worked a job, like her paycheck would be dollars, like not hundreds of dollars, like dollars, right? Like going to the store, things were priced like nickel, dime, like inflation's a real thing that is the devaluing of money over time because we keep making more of it, right? It's a supply-demand sort of thing. If we make more money, well, money isn't worth as much. But then, it keeps doing this thing.
Great Depression.
So it's shouting out keywords. Thanks, Val. The Great Depression does have to do with inflation, but not appropriate to just shout out words. So we have a letter from MoCare. Anyone else interested in reading? Our letter from MoCare from Joe. Joe cares at MoCare. Lucy.
Dear valued customer, after several years of business, MoCare is increasing its price of lawn service. Since the cost of gas and other supplies has increased, we need to raise our prices. Our price will increase from $12.50 per hour to $15 per hour. We hope you will continue to be happy with the quality of our work. Sincerely, Joe.
Who makes money mowing for neighbors? They're doing some sort of yard work.
I
If you don't, you're missing out. Yeah, if you've never thought about this is an easy way.
Yeah.
Sorry, bad word. This is a great way to make some side money.
know Eli does. No.
Yeah, especially if it snows. You guys should just go out
Yeah.
early. As long as you get out early in the day. If a kid shows up at my house and offers to shovel before I get to it, I'll pay them. But most of the time I'm out there by 9 o'clock. That's creepy. So, they used to charge $12.50 an hour. Now they're going to up it to $15 per hour. There's a rumor going around on the street that MoCare is going to increase their... Is this seating arrangement going to work? Because right now Isaac looks like he's trying to ignore you, and he's doing a really good job at it, but you're just going on and on. So you tell me. If I need to move you, I can. This is like the third time I've had to stop and address things with you. You got it or no? Okay, if we can't handle it that far away from me, I can move you. All right. Turn to your neighbor and talk with them about what you think if this rumor is true or not. The rumor is that they're upping their price by 33%. Now, he's heard that if he raises his rates more than 33%, he's losing a bunch of business, because 33% is about what fraction? Anyone know? It's about a third, right? If you up your price by more than a third, people are like, screw you, I'll mow my own grass. So, I would ignore some of that. I don't know if that stuff's right. So talk with your neighbor based off the letter. See what you can figure out. What could you say about what Joe's increasing his prices by?
I'm not that smart.
I think it's
How'd you know that?
I also used to have it. And that would be what? So you would be raising it by 1%. Yeah. No, you're raising it by 1%.
I mean, yeah, but that takes the fun out of it. I guess you could just do
102. Yeah. No, I can see the actual price. If the room is correct.
If you haven't done anything, I would highlight or underline or something. Do anything. Man, this almost feels like this is why we do practice problems before we do our homework problems. Oh, yeah, especially since I just gave out all the homeworks for the week. Do not come ask me about a future homework. I will not help you with the future because I cannot time travel. That is dangerous.
That is very true.
Yeah. See? I'm not about to mess around with time travel. So there is this little diagram down here. I would go ahead and try to fill in this diagram, but I will say, sorry guys, the printer kind of didn't agree with me. These are percent symbols. So most of the time, we're going to get in a habit of putting our percents on either the top or bottom, and then the other thing in the other place. So up here is going to all be dollars. So up here is going to all be dollars. I guess I could go ahead and start calling on some people for help. Isaac, what? The little extension section out here then has an empty at the end. Can you tell me what might go at that empty at the end? $15. Oh, yeah, because that's their new, what the price is going up to, right?
The price is right.
So the price went up to $15. Mason, is there anything else? Oh, I should shuffle these, otherwise I'm going to keep calling on partners in a row. Mason, is there anything else you could help me fill in here? Ooh, we could fill in $0. Yeah, our range, every good little bar graph like this is going to start at 0. Or I don't think I'd call this a bar graph, actually, but it's a visual representation, I guess. Annabelle, anything else we could fill in here? Yeah, so this little reminder right here, $12.50 was our 100%. So this should be our 100%. Now this is what's weird. They put the money there, but then the percent they put in the middle. So, I don't love that formatting, but this stretching out to our 1250, that is our 100% of what we started with. And then the little extra, they give us a little extra percent spot, but they didn't give me a little extra dollar spot. Again, kind of bothered by how CPM has this set up. So change it. You don't have to just follow what they have. Change it. Colin, you had your hand up. What's up? You want to help me out? 1250 to 15 is probably 33%. Ooh, I don't like probably. Let's work our way through it to be more accurate. Could I fill in something up here for the dollar increase?
Yeah.
How much are his dollars going up by? $250, right? And this is probably 30. I don't know. I don't like probably. I like math. Rin?
So, can I just say how I solved this?
Sure. I mean,
Okay. I figured out that 12.5 plus 2.5 equals 15. And I also saw that 2.5 can go into 12.5. It goes into 12.5 evenly 5 times. So I figured out that 2.5 is 1/5 of 12.5. So I knew it went up by that it increased by 1/5, and 1/5 is equal to 20%. And so I knew that it increased by 20%.
so Rin worked it out by saying 250 is in 1250 5 times if we want to be particular. So 250 is 1/5 of 1250, or is an extra 20%. So Rin's saying this would tack on an extra 20%, meaning that the bottom percent bar they show me
120%.
means that his new rate is 120% of the old, or he could say the percent increase that they are going to charge their customers is
20%.
a 20% increase. So, is Joe going to lose a bunch of business from those 33%ers? No, like these people that are all worried about, do not raise our rates more than 33%. And maybe that's what they think is consistent with inflation. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the phrase consistent with inflation. But like, if inflation's happening, everything is getting more expensive. That is what inflation is. So, like, people are going to assume mowing grass is going to get more expensive. But if you double your prices and you say, oh, inflation, they're like, no, not inflation. You're greedy. I'm out of here. Right? So people know what is happening with inflation. And if you go home and talk to your parents about inflation, like, they'll talk about it with you. It's been happening real bad ever since COVID. Yeah.
There's something they do in grocery stores where instead of inflation, it's called shrinkflation, where they
Yeah.
shrink the size of the products.
Walmart does that
like
real
a
bad.
little bit, just so you can barely notice, but then after a while, you can really tell.
Yep. Yeah, so different stores actually have different sizes of containers to try to trick you. So what Violet's saying is like, if you, and this is happening like instantaneously right now, but before what would happen is if you go to Kroger and the peanut butter's $4, and then you go to Walmart and the peanut butter's $3, you're like, oh, it's cheaper at Walmart. But if the container at Walmart is also smaller, now you have some math to do to figure out which one's actually cheaper, because even though $3 is less than $4, if this peanut butter is less than that peanut butter, like less amount, I might not actually be saving money, right?
You might be losing money.
Yeah, you might be paying less dollars right now, but actually losing money in the long run. So then we've got this diagram over here. And guys, if I had 12.5x equals 15, how would we solve this? How could you get x by itself, Lucy?
Okay. So you could. It's like I know how to do it in my mind, but there just isn't an easy way to like.
Ooh, bad word.
No, I'm saying that there isn't an easy way.
I actually think there's a not bad way. Well, let me ask a question first then. Val, how is the 12.5 and the x connected to each other?
Because
So, like, mathematically speaking, are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing?
Dividing by 12.5.
That's what you want to do, because that will make our friend that we all know and love, the giant one, or the bonfire Uno. So, guys, on your paper, go ahead and draw a division. 12.5 on both sides. Now, I know we don't know what this is, but this is just some other work that somebody else had set up. Do this. Grab a calculator. Do this. What do you get? 1.2. Which really, as a percent, is 120%. Or as a multiplier, it's just 1.2, right? Our multiplier, the thing to multiply by, is, well, what does times 1 do to an object? Same thing. Times 1 is same thing. So times 1.2, we're getting bigger, right? It's going to get larger. So guys, here's another way to solve percent problems by saying, what is the multiplier? Is it getting bigger or smaller? And then, what is that multiplier if we talk in percentages? All right, I don't want any questions, because I don't think you actually need to ask any questions. Check out 77 with your partner. Paige needs her help. I would highlight, I would underline, I would write some things out. Without calculating. Ooh. It's thinking we don't even need a calculator, right? We should be able to do this mentally. I bet you can. I bet it's easier than even using a calculator.
Oh, yeah, 34.
I can't think of anything. See if I can make that white. Let's draw a diagram. Hey, you don't need to stop what you're doing, but we are all going to draw a diagram in that empty space somewhere on your paper. So you can either do it off to the right or down below, does not matter. Is our amount going beyond 100% here or less than 100%? Less. So if we draw 100%, that's everything we need to draw, then we'll come back. Right? So if we draw our 100%, I'm going to go ahead and keep my percentages on bottom, I guess, since that's what they did last time. So 100, I should make my pen smaller. And what's 100% of the class? $50. Still not that expensive if anyone's ever been rock climbing. Like, it's not cheap. So then, gravity works. Liam, if you were going to start drawing this diagram, what's the next thing that you would put on your diagram?
0.
A 0. Love it. Percent or dollars? Both, right?
It's like, and obviously percent goes on top. Because that's what we totally did the first time.
So zeros. Sweet. I'm going to keep going, move on.
Yeah, okay, sure. You probably also need to put the 34.
Ah, the 34 that you probably highlighted or notated or underlined or something. So 34, about halfway point.
No.
To the left of halfway, right of halfway.
Right.
Right, because halfway we know would be like 25, right? So I don't know, like somewhere like that.
That's good.
Yeah, almost halfway between the middle and
About a third of the way.
So then, so this is, we've got like on and off, right? Because she's going to save this much off the price. So I think if we keep trying to mimic what they did, we're going to need a percent bracket. Guys, now if I was you, I'd make my percent brackets kind of like this. And you guys do it how you want. You can leave a gap in the middle like they did, but I like to kind of make the whoop-dee thing. So I've got a percent that's on the 34 she's paying, a percent that's off the amount she's saving. Anyone, I might as well just take volunteers. Lucy, are you able to talk me through how without a calculator?
Yeah.
Talk me through this.
So I realized that I started thinking of like the giant one. So you could multiply 34 and 50 by 2 so that you have 134. And then I realized that it would be 100.
So like
Or no,
100.
168.
Yeah, 68. There you go. Yeah, so what Lucy's thinking is if I double both of these, like 6,800, right?
And
Like
100 would be 100%. So 68 would be 68%.
I'm with you now because this doubles to get here, right? The dollars double to become the percent. The dollars double. So this percent right here is 68%. Or with how I drew it, I could put it right here.
Yeah.
So what's that mean? My percent off?
32.
Oh. 32. Or I guess I could have found up here my dollars off was 16, right? They're going to save $16 this week. So here our percent values are double that of the dollar values proportionally, right? Lucy just pointed out the proportion. So we could say Lucy's going to save how much percent?
Oh, I'm going to save 32.
Yeah, we're going to save 32% or pay 68%. Or like approximately they're having like a third off sale. Because remember, 33% is a third. It's about a third. Yeah, about a third off the price. Pretty good deal.
I have a question. It's just about the smartboard. Like, why is the red thing? Why is it like slowly moving down? Wait, what?
Red.
Like the red one.
Oh, that's stocks.
No, the brackets.
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like
it
it's
is.
moving down like a tiny bit each time.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, look at it.
Oh,
No, it is.
Maybe. So there's this funny thing called confirmation bias that when in a group of people, like Leah could have just been a plant there, like not a plant like, a potted plant, but like a plant that would have like made something up. And in a group of people, you are more tempted to agree than you are to say, nah, I don't think that's right. So like either there's something weird going on with my smartboard, maybe, or you all just fell into confirmation bias and without actually seeing what she's talking about, said like, oh yeah, sure, yup, without actually, so I'm not sure, but I do think you all just fell into some confirmation bias. All right, so here's the important part that I want on graph paper. So it's okay if you haven't used graph paper at all yet today. Here's where the important part comes down. Whether it's percent increase or percent decrease doesn't matter. Excuse me, sir. We can call it percent change. So percent change is what I would put at the top of this paper. Percent change. And how we calculate percent change is always the amount of change so it doesn't matter if you went up or down or whatever. It's the amount of change divided by, what do you think? Because we can't just say total now, because total gets misleading. Yeah, what do we call what used to be 100%? Ah, the original. Because the amount that is 100%, like, is kind of changing, right? If I say this is your total amount that you ordered, but then we double it, now that's the amount that we ordered. Like, that's where we're saying 100% gets a little dangerous. Yes, the amount of change over the original. So if it's going up, we call that percent increase. If the new amount has more than the old amount. If it's going down, tricky, we call it percent decrease. Not tricky, right? So here's the dangerous part, though. They're not the same up versus down. And retail stores play that game with you all the time. So let's imagine that we went from 30 to 33. From 30 to 33, what was your change? 3 compared to what?
30.
So we would set up 3 over 30. This would come out to be 1/10 or 10%. However, when the store goes to turn that price around and come down from 33 to 30, that's not 10%. Because now it's a change of 3 divided by what?
33.
33.
Which is an 11, not a 10.
No, it's 1/11, which is a 0.9 repeating, or 9.09%.
Ha
Percent up compared to percent down doesn't work the same. All because it went 10% up does not mean when you turn it around it's coming 10% down. That is the biggest trap door here.
10%
The same numbers, right? 30, 33, 30, 33. Same numbers. But one went up, got 10%. One came down, and 9.09 repeats forever. Questions? Because this is just supposed to make a little bit of sense right now. Not a whole lot.
So how is this used by stores?
Oh, all the time, but I'm out of time. So, I have worked at Old Navy, I've worked at Macy's, I've worked at Sears, I've worked all over the place, and percents is the biggest thing in retail. Like, literally, every store you walk into, percent off, percent discount, percent back, percent credit card, everything is percents.
But if it's going down, typically leads to
So,
11%.
immediately, let's say I get a snowboard in at my store. You guys can start packing up, but I'm just answering your curious. I get a snowboard in at my store. It's $100. Right, let's make our math easy. I up the price because I'm the store, and that is what I need to sell it for to make money. Right? I up the price to $300. Right?
Dang, Mr. Hudson.
Now, when you come in, I go, Nick, we've got a sale today. A sale just for you. Today's sale's 50% off. And you're like, sweet, 50% off. That's $150 now. But do I still make money? Yeah, I still made profit. Also, now wait, if I tell you that it's 67% off, what would 67% off be?
That would be 30% on.
It'd be about $100 now, right? Because I would take $200 off.
Or it would be like $99.99 or something.
So we can keep playing around. But what was my percent up? I went up by 200% increase, right? Or you could say I tripled, I made it 300%, or I went up by 200%. But either way, I'm only coming down 50% or coming down 67%. Because can you come down 200%? No. That doesn't make sense.
Hey, I heard the whole thing.
But I mean, also you have to pay taxes and stuff because taxes are like
7 to 8%.
Yeah.
Yeah, between 7 and 8%, and that always increases every
So even when
purchase.
there's not a sale, there's always time.
Exactly.
This Thanksgiving break, me and my friends rode our bikes all the way to Graceland. Like,
I don't know how far that is from your house, but it's
Oh,
probably
it's
pretty
pretty
far.
far. Like, really
Hold
far.
up, new seats. Hold up.
And
I got the cards. I just gotta
actually
drop
drove
them.
right into the seat.
I don't have to deal with you anymore.
John and Mikey up here. Lena Gabrielle. Minerva Anna. Cade Nathaniel. Juliet Berkeley. Fine, you want up front? I don't care. You can have the money seat. Margot Lucas. You guys are standing right there. Missy Jacob. Maya Eli. Alex Lee.
Thank God. He is
So
here.
much fun sitting next to me.
You're only here for 4 days. Quit your moaning and groaning.
Absolutely fine by me.
Observe the room. Observe the schedule.
Let's go. Second time we won. Like,
That's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is our schedule over here. We'll talk about you guys winning in a second.